Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. Today we are looking at Dark Days the Forge. This is one of the prelude books to Dark Knight's Metal. Now this is the first of the books to come out. It starts off with journal entries by Hawkman, Carter Hall, the discovery of... Then we immediately jump right into an island in the Bermuda Triangle where Batman is climbing through molten lava in a giant mech suit to rescue a scientist who has some information for him, and Aquaman has to save him. Then we jump over to Mogo, home of the Green Lanterns, where Ganthet is sending Hal Jordan on a super secret mission that he can't tell anyone about. No fellow Lanterns, no Earthmen, nothing. And that super secret mission is underneath Wayne Manor in the Batcave. He gets down there and is promptly attacked by Duke Thomas, who is wearing some goofy yellow suit. I think he's known as the Signal. Well, there's a secret door that is a hidden chamber inside of the Batcave. But before we get to that, we have to have previews of the upcoming series, like the Immortal Men with Vandal Savage. We get some more Hawkman talking, and then we jump to a nightmare that Carter was having about a giant statue before we go to the Lunar Batcave. This book is all over the place. The Lunar Batcave, which is a new one for everyone, I think, has Batman uploading the information he got from the scientist and meeting up with Mr. Terrific, who was mentioned to be in another universe. Well, they're comparing notes about some super secret thing they're looking into, and we learn that Plastic Man is shaped like an egg and trapped in a room for some reason. Then we're back at the Batcave with Hal Jordan and Duke, and they're hearing a mysterious voice talking to them from somewhere inside this chamber. There's references to the Court of Owls, and we see some different items. We see Dr. Fate's helmet, Aquaman's trident, what looks like Wonder Woman's gauntlets, and we get a glimpse of Batman and the Outsiders on like a projection, and there's some weird shimmering green metal, which I think is pronounced as Dionysium. So they follow this voice. Green Lantern's ring is acting all weird. Says there's an anomaly detected, but they get to two big metal double doors as they're trying to figure out who this is. Meanwhile, Hawkman's journal is warning people not to look into this because it's very terrifying. So hopefully that means we're getting Hawkman back. Meanwhile, Batman has left the moon and is now at the Fortress of Solitude, bothering Clark to get into a secret chamber that he had built and that Clark was never supposed to look into. But they threw the key into the sun, so that means they have to recruit Mr. Miracle. Mr. Miracle has to go in and unlock the door, and he does, but he is not happy by what he saw in that chamber. And he obviously knows whatever this machine is that was locked in there. He recognizes it. He even warns Batman that he should turn back. And Batman just kind of ignores him. And we see this giant machine. But we are definitely getting some hints of the multiverse in here. And we have a surprise Batman villain in the Batcave, in a secret chamber in the Batcave, helping Batman by scrawling numbers all over a wall. This is a very interesting book. It's got something to do with nth metal, and there's a lot going on. As we've learned, this does tie into other books, like The Immortal Men, which is coming out. The Terrifics has Plastic Man and Mr. Terrific in it, and there are other references in here. So there's a lot going on in this issue. It's a good lead up, and since these have actually been out for a while now, I'm just finally getting around to reading them. It's nice to be able to jump right into the next issue, but they are going to be collected in trade paperback format, and there is a digital code in these, which I don't know how long they're good for, but if you have like the app, you can redeem it and get a free digital copy. Overall, the art was a little hit and miss for me. Some of it was great, some of it was just garbage. Some of this looks really phoned in, but others really good. There's some very recognizable people in here. Jim Lee, Andy Kubert, John Romita Jr., although I think Romita Jr.'s work was a little subpar for him. But overall, yeah, there's Klaus Janson, Scott Williams. Yeah, there's a lot of popular people here. This is written by Scott Snyder and James Tinian IV. I think this was really cool. It really made me interested in it and reading the next issue, which is Dark Days the Casting, which we will be looking at probably tomorrow. So yeah, definitely check it out. If you're a Batman fan or a Justice League fan, I think there's something here for you. If you're an old school JSA fan, you might get a little something out of it too, because there's a lot of Hawkman references in here, and I'm really intrigued to see where it goes. So aside from some questionably to all the way bad art. There is some good art in here, and the story is enough to kind of salvage it for me. So I didn't feel ripped off with my $5. But that'll do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching and supporting the channel, and we hope to see you on the next episode.